Did you know the first Mexicans were black, according to this renowned Mexican scholar? This claim might sound surprising, and perhaps even challenge our understanding of Mexican history. But it comes from a credible source. Let's introduce Vicente Riva Palacio, a man of great intellectual prowess and political significance in Mexico. He was not just a politician, but also a respected intellectual who made substantial contributions to Mexico's intellectual heritage. Palacio, the grandson of the great Mexican revolutionary and President Vicente Guerrero, played a pivotal role in fighting off the French intervention of Mexico in the mid-1860s. Following his tenure on the Supreme Court of Justice from 1868 to 1870, Palacio dedicated himself to writing. One of his most significant works acknowledges the black indigenous presence in the Americas. Intrigue? So, let's dive into the story of Vicente Riva Palacio and his research into the black indigenous presence in the Americas. Vicente Riva Palacio was not just any scholar. He was a man of action and thought. Born into a lineage of revolutionaries, he carried the legacy of his grandfather, the great Mexican revolutionary and President Vicente Guerrero, who won Mexico their independence. But Palacio didn't just inherit a legacy, he built his own. He was a politician, an intellectual, and a fighter. During the mid-1860s, Palacio played a vital role in protecting Mexico during the French intervention. His courage and strategic brilliance were widely revered, but his contributions didn't stop at the battlefield. Palacio was also a respected intellectual, dedicating his later years to the craft of writing, adding to the intellectual prowess of Mexico. Elected to the Supreme Court of Justice from 1868 to 1870, Palacio's influence was felt far and wide. But it was his pen that left an indelible mark on the canvas of history. One of his most famous works, a collaboration with Mexican archaeologist Alfredo Chavero and others, was entitled Mexico Through the Centuries. This historical opus was more than just a chronicle. It was an acknowledgement of the diverse roots of Mexican culture. It was a journey through time, tracing the footprints of the first inhabitants of the Americas, offering insights into their lives, their struggles, and their contributions to the world as we know it today. Mexico Through the Centuries was not just a book. It was a milestone in Mexican historiography. It was a testament to Palacio's intellectual prowess and his commitment to uncovering the truth, no matter how uncomfortable or controversial it might be. It was in this very work that Palacio made the groundbreaking acknowledgement of the black indigenous presence in the Americas. So, what exactly did Palacio say about the black indigenous presence in the Americas? Well, let's dive into the heart of the matter. In his work, Mexico Through the Centuries, Palacio delves into the mysterious origins of the first inhabitants of the Americas. He starts by questioning the existence of the black man on the continent. According to him, the black race was the first in the world and spread all over it due to the union of the continents. He poses a thought-provoking question. Did the Otomi already exist here when the black man arrived? The Otomi, for those who might not know, are an indigenous people of Mexico. He suggests that the black race might have been expelled, leaving behind traces that contradict the autochthonous characters of the Otomi race. Palacio then draws our attention to the archaeological evidence. He points out the little heads from Teotihuacan, an ancient Mesoamerican city located in a sub-valley of the Valley of Mexico, as a clear trace of the black race. These little heads made of clay were found in burial mounds among various objects. Palacio suggests that these heads were not formed arbitrarily, but were modeled after certain individuals. He notes that some of these heads have distinct features like flattened noses and protruding lips, which could only be attributed to individuals of the black race. He goes further to say that among these little heads, some belong to known types, while others refer to figures and headdresses that are completely strange and different from those recorded in historical times, indicating unknown ages and races different from those of later times. In essence, Palacio believes that these little heads are a testament to the ancient existence of the black race on the continent. According to him, the discovery of these heads of the black race type is enough to venture the affirmation of their ancient existence in the region. According to Palacio, these archaeological findings are clear traces of the black race, indicating that they were among the first inhabitants of what is now Mexico. So the first Mexicans were black, according to Vicente Riva Palacio. This is not a frivolous claim. Palacio, a respected scholar, politician, and the grandson of a revolutionary, left no stone unturned in his research. His findings, as documented in Mexico through the centuries, revealed the existence of a black indigenous presence in the Americas. This was a time long before the arrival of the Otomi, one of the earliest known inhabitants of Mexico. Palacio's evidence? Intriguing little clay heads discovered in the ruins of Teotihuacan, an ancient city in Mexico. These artifacts, detailed with flattened noses and protruding lips, were indicative of the race. The uniqueness of these facial features, so distinct from other types known in historical times, led Palacio to a bold conclusion. The first Mexicans were black. This is a fascinating topic that challenges our conventional understanding of history and reminds us that there is always more to learn. This journey through America's hidden past is just beginning. If this glimpse into a world lost to time has captured your imagination, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more adventures into the unknown. Lastly, for more information about the names and subjects mentioned in this video, follow us on Instagram at Indigenous Black Americans and get your copy of the Amazon best-selling book series, 19 White Men Who Admitted There Were Indigenous Black People in the Americas, as well as 13 Black Scholars Who Admitted There Were Black People in the Americas Before Columbus, by Chase McGee. Link in the description. Stay curious and keep exploring.